something has to happen now.
It's all next on News Channel 15 at 6.
The only place to get an MRI is Upright MRI. With a physician's voucher, you can get your MRI for only $300. We are much more affordable than any Lutheran or Parkview facility. Why spend thousands of dollars at these other places when you can get the same great result at Upright MRI? Ask your doctor about Upright MRI. Walk-ins are welcome. To find out more information, call 407-6200 or go to uprightfw.com.
Closed captioning brought to you by the trusted professionals at the Hearing Center.
You're watching coverage you can count on. This is News Channel 15's News at 6.
Good evening. Tens of thousands of dollars worth of penalties could be heading toward a local Amish pallet factory that was cited for child labor violations. This comes after a 15-year-old girl lost her arm while working a saw last month.
We broke the story yesterday and told you the state only issued a warning. But then a 15 finds out follow-up tonight. News Channel 15's Adam Widener joins us live in the newsroom with a look at possible fines for the factory. Adam?
Well, Indiana's Bureau of Child Labor issued that warning that we told you about yesterday. IOSHA, which investigates workplace safety, they say they're still looking into this incident, though. IOSHA can initiate or penalize Timberline Crating up to $70,000 per citation for a knowing violation and up to $7,000 per citation for a serious violation. That's not all. 15 Finds Out has learned the Federal Wage and Hour Division says it has just launched an investigation of its own. It could fine Timberline Crating about $2,000 if it finds the same hour and prohibited occupation violations that the state did. The state says these potential penalties are ultimately aimed at fixing problems in the workplace.
Our goal truly is to improve the work environment for those employees so that this kind of accident and others like it will not occur in the future.
We want to remind you these potential violations would apply to a factory whether it was Amish-owned or not. The owner told me yesterday he didn't know he was violating any laws. Both state agencies will be conducting follow-up inspections. 15 Finds Out will be tracking those and will bring you the findings as soon as those become available. Live in the newsroom, Adam Widener, News Channel 15.
The Allen County prosecutor says she will not file charges against the police officers who killed a man back in March. Snipers shot Kenneth Knight at a home on Holton Avenue. Knight had refused to leave the home for more than 4 hours and was holding a 3-year-old hostage. The child was not hurt, but police say earlier in the day, Knight shot and killed Jacqueline Hardy after she got off a CityLink bus.
In central Indiana, Bartholomew County police say they now have a suspect for last month's quadruple murder in Waynesville, and he was already in jail on unrelated charges. Investigators say Samuel Sally is the only suspect in the May 11th deaths of Catherine Burton, her boyfriend, and 2 other men. Police say they think drugs were somehow a factor in all that. Officers arrested Sally 2 days later for failing to appear in court on an unrelated battery charge.
As a teenager, Paula Cooper brutally attacked an elderly woman in Gary, stabbing her at least 33 times.
That happened back in 1985, and yesterday, 28 years later, officials released her from prison. But it didn't take nearly as long for the victim's grandson to forgive Paula Cooper. News Channel 15's Gina Glaros joins us now with more. Gina?
That's right, Mark and Heather. We've all been there. We feel hurt and betrayed because someone has mistreated us. But would you be able to forgive someone who viciously murdered your loved one?
I beg God to please give me love and compassion for Paula Cooper and her family, and to do that on behalf of my grandmother. And that prayer was answered.
A prayer that many of us may not have said. Paula Cooper stabbed Bill Pelkey's grandmother Ruth 33 times and stole $10 and her car.
Thank the Lord he's been able to work through that. I don't know for sure if I'd be there yet or not.
Father Tom Shoemaker says he admires Pelkey for his quick ability to forgive. He says it's a conscious decision, one that's easier said than done.
Carrying around the bitterness and the anger and the hurt hurts us more than it hurts the other person.
Psychiatrist Dr. Jay Favre says priesthood and psychiatry are a lot alike when it comes to the forgiveness process.
You have to be willing to let go of the natural instinct of revenge and not be the judge and jury concerning a person's future.
But be careful, because he says previous behavior is the best indicator of the future. That might not have been the case for Cooper.
Your frontal part of your brain doesn't develop until you're 23 years old. So when somebody commits a horrific act when they're an adolescent, they might not do that again as an adult, because as an adolescent, they don't have the judgment.
Maybe 10, 15 years into my sentence, I really didn't even understand what happened. Honestly, I mean, I sat and tried to figure it all out.
Forgiveness that some call a gift.
Once my heart was touched with compassion and forgiveness took place, I immediately knew that from that moment on, whenever I would think about my grandmother again, I would no longer envision how she died, but I would envision how she lived, what she stood for, what she believed in, the beautiful, wonderful person she was.
Cooper is now 43. Pelkey says he wants to help her do good.
That's a complicated thing. Thank you, Gina.
Well, we have gotten a lot of response from our story about a man who said he is fed up with crime near his home on Fort Wayne's south side. So much so, in fact, that he spent yesterday moving. Well, today, others who live nearby say their neighborhood isn't dangerous. News Channel 15's Randy Spieth joins us from Studio 15 with more on why they say that.
We spoke to a handful of people today who told us they do feel safe in and around their homes. One thing they all said, they and their neighbors take an active role when it comes to reporting crime. Merlin Sessler Jr. said he wanted to move because his home was broken into and a fatal shooting took place less than a mile from where he and his family live. But Fred Lanahan, who also lives in the neighborhood, believes his neighborhood is safe. He says he and others are working to change the image of their neighborhood and make it an even more attractive place to live.
People walk at night, they run in the morning. We've improved a lot of the houses around here. These street lights represent $231,000 worth of city investment in this area. If you don't think an area is worth it, you don't put money in it.
Lanahan knows there's problems in the neighborhood and says people can't be afraid to get involved and report crime when they see it. That shooting that Sessler referenced near his home, according to Lanahan, it was neighbors who called police and helped them have a suspect in custody within 15 minutes after it happened. Reporting from Studio 15, Randy Spieth, News Channel 15.
Nearly 3 weeks ago, a storm took down a tree in the 4700 block of Holton Avenue. That tree crushed 2 neighbors' homes and a minivan. Now neighbors say kids are playing in those dangerous areas, and they want to know why nothing's been done yet. News Channel 15's Megan Royst is digging deeper into this problem, and tonight at 11, we'll hear from those neighbors and find out what the city has to say about the situation.
The Indiana Supreme Court has upheld fines handed down to House Democrats when they staged a legislative walkout in 2011. The court actually dismissed the case after finding that the constitutional separation of powers prevents courts from interfering in internal legislative decisions. In 2011, House Republicans ordered the state auditor to withhold money from Democrats who spent weeks in Illinois in protest of the right to work bill.
Looks like we should enjoy the cooler weather right now before the weekend gets here.
It's going to heat up. Jonathan has the latest now.
Yeah, the next few days are going to be so comfortable they won't even feel like June, but then we're going to get into the weekend, and the weekend's going to be hot, sultry, steamy, highs in the 90s. Let's talk about it right now. Again, these numbers just amazing for this time of year. 80 in Kendallville, 78 in Fort Wayne, 79 down the Portland area. We're dry right now, and if you were watching us yesterday at this time, I would have told you about a chance of storms for this afternoon, and we're looking at that chance right now south of Indy. Storms down there, they're moving away from us, and so for this evening, we're going to keep it pretty dry. Now, there is a chance south of Fort Wayne, so Decatur, Marion, Portland, we're running a 20% chance between now and sunset. After sunset, clouds thin. We drop down to 52 degrees tomorrow morning. High tomorrow, 77. That's cool this time of year. Very comfortable. A light east wind, lots of sun, but then we'll slowly warm up in the weekend. How hot will it be? What about storm chances? That forecast coming up at 15 after the hour.
Thank you, Jonathan. And still to come tonight on News Channel 15 at 6 as well. 2 people in our area drowned last weekend, and in one case, witnesses said they couldn't tell if the victim was struggling or just playing in the water. Find out how you can tell the difference up next.
Swan. Hey, welcome back where we're live at the Fort Wayne Country Club as the Purdue Coaches Caravan makes its annual stop here in the Summit City. If you're talking Purdue sports, there's a good chance. Earl Hazel, the head coach of the Boilermakers. Through spring practice, it has you thinking positive thoughts about this Boilermaker team in the 2013 season. Purdue known as the cradle of quarterbacks, and you guys have a couple of options. Rob, tell us about the quarterback chase. That includes a true freshman. Okay.
They never tell you what it is. They always do that test, and then they don't tell you afterwards.
At Blackburn and Green, we want to be fair to you. That's why since day one, we've had the fair fee guarantee. If you choose to settle your case and the net share to you is less than our fee, we reduce our fee. That's because we put you first. Don't get caught by high attorney fees. Choose Blackburn and Green for a fee that's fair to you.
Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people, committed to be the best.
Coverage you can count on continues with Heather Herron and Mark Mellinger.
Every second counts when you're trying to save someone from drowning.
2 people drowned over the weekend in separate incidents in our area, an 18-year-old and a 5-year-old. So would you know what to do in that situation? News Channel 15's Lamar Holliday joins us from Studio 15.
Mark and Heather, it can happen in a blink of an eye. And experts say just remember these 4 things: reach, throw, row, and go.
The summer's getting warmer and the water's the perfect way to cool down, but this fun activity could soon turn into an active rescue when someone's drowning.
The head clear up out of the water to where they're trying to breathe as much as they can. You'll see panic in their eyes wide open. You'll see sometimes splashing.
And you can help by remembering reach, throw, row, and go.
First step is to reach. Have a good, strong base on you so you don't flip over, they won't pull you in. You want to touch them with the paddle so they get their hands on it. The next step is throw. Try to find something that's going to float that you can use to throw to somebody. If you have a life jacket, sure, throw a life jacket. Use a milk jug. A lot of times people will have iced tea or water or lemonade with them. Throw out the milk jug. Once again, try to hit that victim. Any type of a ball is going to float. A basketball, a soccer ball, a beach ball, to where you can throw out to the person. The third step, if none of this stuff is starting to work, row. Try to find some small boat nearby to where you can row out to the person. Let them get their hands on the side of the boat, row back to shore. You don't ever want to try to load somebody into a small boat because you risk capsizing the boat. The last step is to go. Go for help. Go call 911.
Officer Clear says in the last few years, fortunately, there's been a decline in drownings. In Studio 15, Lamar Holliday, News Channel 15.
The 140-year-old covered bridge near Spencerville, the one that was damaged by a semi-truck recently, will be open again soon. Last fall, a semi-driver, Gerard Hudson, snapped the cross beams and roof supports. He said his GPS guided him across the covered bridge instead of the new concrete bridge immediately to the south. That south bridge is the one designed for heavy traffic. Hudson got 180 days in jail for that mistake. Now crews have finished the repairs and county officials are just waiting for the final inspection. The 1873 bridge spans the St. Joe River.
I hope lots of people get out and enjoy the evening. It's going to be gorgeous.
Beautiful evening. Tomorrow's going to be great, and then summer is going to hit like a fury going into the weekend. But today, look at that, 79, no rain yet. Will it rain tonight? And what about rain over the next 7 days? We'll actually get just a little technical for you weather gurus. We'll talk jet stream coming up here in a few minutes.
But always ends with a call to 1-800-TOOTHACHE. Call 1-800-TOOTHACHE or stop in at Afton.
Hi, we're the McFerrin family, and we are a creative, I think pretty fun family.
When I discovered comics, cartoons, animation, I discovered a passion.
A lot of my art and creativity personally stem from what my children like to do.
I really like ProFed because it makes it easier for her to do the bills. The online banking is great.
When we bought a car, we went to ProFed over lunch and
drove home in the car that night.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story to tell.
That's our story. What's yours?
Find hot deals during the Menards Summer Sale. Get the best brands, best quality, and best price, period, on a great selection of paint. Dutch Boy DuraClean interior paint provides a durable, smooth appearance that complements any decor. It has a beautiful look that stays clean and has a self-priming formula for one-coat coverage. With a lifetime guarantee right now, save $5 a gallon on flat, eggshell, satin, and semi-gloss paint, and $25 on 5-gallon pails.
Save big money at Menards.
Dental pain can start like that, but always ends with a call to 1-800-TOOTHACHE. Call 1-800-TOOTHACHE or stop in at Afton.
Look up. The sky is filled with wonder. It can change your day or your life. Get the most advanced warning with Live Doppler 15 Fury, Fort Wayne's only live weather radar. Our storm-chasing unit drives into the heart of severe weather, putting eyes on the sky so you can see exactly what's heading your way. News Channel 15 is committed to keeping you safe. That's weather coverage you can count on.
Live Doppler 15 Fury forecast is brought to you by Hollywood Casino Toledo. There's no place like Hollywood.
Coverage you can count on continues with Chief Meteorologist Jonathan Conder's Live Doppler 15 Fury forecast.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the high heat and humidity, and I don't know what you like, but boy, days like today I absolutely love. I wish it could be in the upper 70s and lower 80s all summer long. But the overall forecast going the weekend, I'm sorry, folks, it's going to get really, really hot. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Notice there's not much showing up on Live Doppler 15 Fury. You're probably at home saying, well, Jonathan, you said there was a 40% chance of rain. Yeah, I thought there'd be some scattered showers and thunderstorms that would develop. And wouldn't you know it, they're south of Indy, and they're moving away from us. So our window of opportunity for rain for tonight is it's a very small window. There's still a chance a few showers may fire south of Fort Wayne. Again, it's a very, very low chance. So a slim chance for tonight. What are we looking at for probabilities? Only about a 20% chance between now and 10 o'clock. But after 10 o'clock, those rain chances go to goose eggs, and we're all dry for tomorrow. And tomorrow's looking really, really comfortable. Besides light winds, a lot of sunshine. We'll have low humidity and very comfortable conditions. 52, that's going to be chilly for the morning run. And then 77 is your high for tomorrow. And then the rest of the week is looking pretty good, real comfortable. But then summer will start, and it's literally spot on. The summer solstice, the beginning of summer, even though we've already had Memorial Day. 104, Friday morning, the summer solstice. And then we get in the weekend, and we're going to be looking at 90s for highs. A little change to the allergy report. Grasses are moderate, but the change was actually the mold spore count came up to moderate. Trees are still in the low category. Overall, not much showing up over our area. Most of the rain south of Indy. Some severe weather down there moving away from us, so no risk of severe weather for us tonight. Here's Futurecast. By 8 o'clock, not much showing up. So very small window for rain next few hours. After sunset, and after nightcast, after 11 o'clock, the clouds are going to start to thin out. We get into tomorrow morning, mostly clear. And then tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, winds out of the northeast, bringing in the dry, cool, and comfortable air. The overall weather pattern here, you know, rain down to our south. I don't always show the upper level jet stream pattern. You know, you'd probably be asking, Jonathan, what are all those squiggly lines? Imagine the jet stream flows parallel to the white lines. So tonight, jet stream comes out of the north. That's dry for us. Big storm system over the northern Rockies. By Saturday, again, jet stream flows parallel to the white lines. There it is. That's where the storm track will be for the weekend. So your weekend outlook, most of the rain across the northern plains, upper Midwest, northern Great Lakes, we're right on the cusp of that. There's a low chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms this weekend. Before we get to the weekend, for the rest of us, 77 tomorrow, 82 for Thursday, 85 Friday, not bad, but we have 90-92 for the weekend. 20% chance a storm would bubble up, and then that storm track or the jet stream will get a little bit closer Monday and Tuesday, hence the 30% chance for storms. But the heat is still in place, and it looks like Monday, Tuesday, we're talking lower to mid-90s. You factor in the humidity. I don't even know what the heat index will be. 99,
95.
100, 1 or 2.
Yeah. Well, we know it from last summer what it's like, so we're prepared for it. Thank you, Jonathan.
Well, it's Christmas in June if you are a Purdue Boilermakers fan.
That's right. The Purdue Coaches Caravan making its annual stop in Fort Wayne. Sports Director Glenn Marini is live at the Fort Wayne Country Club for the big event. Glenn?
That's right, Mark and Heather. You know, inside, volleyball coach Dave Shondell is there. Matt Painter, the basketball coach for Purdue, is there. Even Brian Cardinal, the old basketball standout for the Boilers, is there. But the guy we're going to be talking to coming up in sports is the hottest name in the Purdue coaching ranks. We're talking about football coach Darrell Hazell. He'll join us live coming up next in sports.
When you think spring cleaning, think Steamatic. Your carpet and furniture are expensive investments. Restoring them back to their original clean, soft, and odor-free appearance is easy for Steamatic. Call Steamatic today and ask for our $99 special. Breathe life back into your home.
We're fired up for barbecue. New all-natural half chicken covered in our smoky sweet wildfire sauce, plus super salad and dessert. Wow! All that for just $9.99. Only at Bob Evans. Come see what's cooking.
The Chevy Cruze offers an EPA estimated 36 mpg highway. That's crazy.
Crazy efficient.
10 standard airbags.
And you get StabiliTrak with traction control.
That is like crazy protection. This interior is...
insane.
It is insane. I was going to say crazy again.
Right now, sign and drive Chevy Cruze with 0 down. Shepard's Tom Kelly, Pace, Steichman, Crumback, Doré, Mike Anderson.
We know what it means to be a family. The stories we share, the lessons we pass down, the bond that keeps us together. At Lutheran Health Network, we're making it easy to connect with our family of hospitals and physicians to better coordinate your health care. No matter where you are or what you may face along the way, we are Lutheran Health Network. This is life-changing care.
The new Subway $4 lunch is for everyone. It's for value seekers, for spicy Italian lovers, for veggie eaters, for meatball dreamers, for everyone who wants more of what they love. The new $4 lunch, a 6-inch sub and 21-ounce drink. Tons to choose from, all day, every day.
How clean is the air you breathe? Dust and allergens circulate through your home, causing stuffy noses and watery eyes. Steamatic helps by cleaning the surfaces you can't reach. Right now, get $75 off our duct cleaning service. Call today for a free quote. Steamatic, the healthy home authority.
Coverage you can count on continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report.
And welcome back to the Fort Wayne Country Club, where if you're a Purdue fan, this is the place to be. The Coaches Caravan making its annual stop here, and if you're talking Purdue sports, you're probably talking about the Purdue football team. If you're talking Boilermaker football, no better guy to talk to than the man to my right, Darrell Hazell, the new head coach. Coach, hey, we appreciate the time. You got the job back in December, so you've gone through your first spring practice with these Boilers. What have you seen from this team that has you excited about the 2013 season?
Well, I think there's a commitment. You watch in our guys' eyes and their body language that there's a serious commitment to making sure we align ourselves with success coming in the fall.
And, of course, Purdue is known as the cradle of quarterbacks. You've had a lot of great ones. And you've got a quarterback, I don't want to say controversy, but a competition, because you've got some veterans, but also a young guy, a true freshman in Danny Etling.
There's nothing like competition. You're right. We have Danny Etling, who came in mid-year, and we have Rob Henry. Those guys will battle it out, and we'll find out a couple weeks before we play Cincinnati who the guy will be.
Coming into Purdue, people talked about your three-point plan. Tell me about your three-point plan and the progress that you're looking to make with this program.
Well, it's all about people. And, you know, if you can get the people to do the right things all the time, then you got a chance to be successful. So we have what we call our A Players Manual, and that says that nobody in the organization is allowed to underachieve. And if you're an A player, you better get an A. If you're a B player, you better get a B. And that's in all walks of life. So that's something that we'll study constantly to make sure we're making the strides that we need to make.
2 successful years as the head coach at Kent State. You had 7 seasons as an assistant at Ohio State, very successful there. You were one of the hottest coaching commodities this past offseason. So what made you choose Purdue? Because there were a lot of jobs out there, a lot of big names, and yours was right near the top of the list for every job.
Well, Purdue's a great place. You talk about education, it doesn't get any better. We just popped into the top 50 in education across the world. There's 17,036 schools in the world, and we're in the top 50. That says a lot. But also what drives me on a daily basis is to get Purdue out of the middle in football. And I want to make, with our staff, we want to make this thing be very prominent across the globe.
In hearing you talk, you have to be excited about Landon Feichter. He's a safety from Fort Wayne, Bishop Dwenger. He sounds like a guy that would fit in with a program like you're trying to build. So he led the Big Ten with 4 interceptions last year. What kind of leader has he been on the defensive side of the football field early on for you?
No, he's a special guy. He's a very mature guy. He understands the game. He studies the game. He's the ultimate team player. I look for Landon to have a phenomenal year for us.
All right. Well, we appreciate it very much, Coach. Darrell Hazel, the new head coach of the Purdue football program, expecting big things, coming off an 11-3 year at Kent State last season, and the Boilers looking for a good football season here in 2013. Of course, we're going to talk more about the Boilers at 11 o'clock. We'll hear from Matt Painter, plus we'll talk about a couple of Comet signings. That's coming up at 11. But for now, I'm Glenn Marini. We'll have more coverage you can count on coming up after this.
Steel, built in America, believing in America, #1 in America. Save $20 on the FS40 CE trimmer and get a free half-pound package of Quiet Line with your purchase.
Hi, I'm Jordan Lebemoff, and welcome to Lebemoff Law Offices.
A motor vehicle collision, an injury of any type really, can cause turmoil within the family, for the injured person, for the loved ones close to them. One of the tasks we put ourselves to almost immediately is to relieve the stress that those individuals feel.
We have a familiarity with our clients that we build over time. We care for them, and they understand that.
Call 1-877-LEBEMOFF today. The consultation is free.
How does Safe Auto keep their rates so affordable? Well, instead of hiring the real Norm Macdonald, they hired me, a cheap hologram.
What the? Sir, did you know that mowing your lawn before 7 can create ground-level ozone? And that's bad for your health and ours. But I need to do your part. By waiting, you can reduce the risk and have time for golf. You know, man. Pool. Yeah. Massage. It's not hard to do your part. Not at all. Well, it's after 7. Get to mowing. But, let's roll, boys.
Our lightweight BG55 can quickly clear sidewalks, driveways, decks, and more, just $149.95. See your local Steel dealer today.
Here's how the Wayne app works. Humans pull the strings. That's right. Actual people from News Channel 15 are looking out for you. When news and weather breaks, it keeps you on alert, stops you from making a bad choice, and takes you to places you can't go. It's basically putting News Channel 15 and all of its resources into your pocket. So when you hear this, you know what's up. Download the app. It's the most innovative local news coverage you can get.
Well, tonight's looking pretty dry. We still have a very small window here in the next few hours. We might see an isolated shower pop up. But the closer we get to sunset, the window's really closing on the rain chance. After sunset, becoming clear, cool, 52 degrees tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, what a nice day. 77, east wind, 5-10 miles an hour, lots of sunshine, just beautiful. And we'll slowly warm things up for you. We'll ease into this heat for the weekend. 82 on your Thursday, 85 for Friday. There's a low chance a thunderstorm might pop up this weekend just because it's going to be so hot, 90, 92, and then it's going to be hotter yet Monday and Tuesday with a slightly better chance of storms. And really the best chance may not really show up till later next week, Wednesday, Thursday.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
And thank you for making us your #1 choice for news.